X and X confronted them. But instead of getting an answer, the girls just blamed each other for taking the money. So X got mad and kicked both of them out. He sent them to a hotel while his friends would watch over them. But the thing was, Jocelyn didn't take this well. So when she got to the hotel, she went to the bathroom and locked the door. But X's friend who was watching over her didn't think anything of it. So he left to get some food. But when he came back, he still noticed the door was locked. But he had to go leave again to hang out with a friend and he fell asleep. But when he woke up, the door was still locked. This is where he got really worried about Jocelyn and asked for help to open the door. But when they opened the door, they saw that Jocelyn passed away. This was X's worst nightmare, so to pay tribute to her, he dropped a song with her name in it to keep her name alive. R.I.P. Jocelyn. Imagine flying out a girl, but a day later she takes her own life. Well, that...
Sometimes the difference isn't working harder. It's...
You know, this is why I take the stairs. I will not get stuck in an elevator because of them. I get it, you're aura farming, but that outfit is terrible.
If Minecraft got rid of every single biome in the game, which one are you saving? In my opinion, I think we should choose the oak forest because this is personally the best wood in the game. And we should definitely get rid of the birch biomes because who wants this awful trash wood? So comment down below which biome you're gonna save and let's see who wins.
The worst part about motorcycles is quick errands during the heat of summer.
Dark Oak.
On the roller coaster, the girl sitting next to me suddenly pushed my shoulder and told me to move. I looked at her confused. What are you doing? She pointed at the seat. My boyfriend is supposed to sit here. I looked around. The coaster was already full. I was assigned this seat. She rolled her eyes. Do you know who I am? I ignored her and pulled down my safety bar. But before the ride started, she pulled my bar back up. I grabbed it. What are you doing? She started smiling. My boyfriend deserves this seat more than you. The worker came over and told her to stop. She immediately changed her attitude and said, he was being rude to me. I was just asking him to move. Everyone looked at me with disgusted faces. I couldn't believe it. Then the ride operator decided to check the cameras from the station. The video showed her doing the same thing to other people before me. She would force people out of their seats so her friends could ride together. The worker banned her from the ride. As she walked away, she screamed, I'm better than all of you. You're literally nothing. Nobody said a thing. Then a little kid waiting in line looked at her and said, both you and your boyfriend look like my left toe. On the roller coaster,
I unpaused Billie Jean, and the song started blasting from my 4-year-old sister's stomach. My AirPod case was sitting open on the desk with one AirPod missing. I immediately ran over to Alice, who was fast asleep, because she'd swallowed my AirPod, and I had no idea how to get it out of her. I pressed my ear against her belly, and Michael Jackson was in there, mid-verse. I instantly opened Safari, and my thumbs moved rapidly across my screen as I looked up. What happens when a kid swallows an AirPod? And all the results said the same thing. Bring them to an emergency room. No exceptions. The chorus started playing, and Alice's eyes shot open. She sat up with both hands on her belly, grinning ear to ear. There's music in my tummy. I sat her on my lap while I dialed 911, patting her back to calm her down. When they answered, I spoke quickly. My little sister swallowed an AirPod, and it's inside her. What do I do? Is she going to die? The woman responded, an ambulance is on the way. Keep her as still as you can. Too much movement, and it could damage her organs permanently. I put the phone on speaker, and kept patting Alice's back the way Mom does after dinner. But she wouldn't stop dancing to the chorus on my lap. I gently gripped her shoulders to get her to stop. Suddenly, the AirPod shot out of her mouth, bounced off my knee, and landed on the carpet, still playing Billie Jean. The speaker crackled. Sir, is the child okay? Alice grabbed the phone. More than okay. She planted both feet on the floor and moonwalked across the carpet. When the song ended, she grabbed the AirPod off the carpet and held it up with both hands. Again. I unpaused Billie Jean.
imagine waking up in a world where the shape of the mark on your face determines your entire future. There are three main classes that rule this system. The weakest class is the moon mark. People with moon marks are forced into low-level jobs like janitors, laborers, or basic employees. The middle class is the star mark. People born with a star mark have a bright future, becoming doctors, lawyers, or company managers. But the rarest and most powerful class of all is the sun mark, which only appears on people from wealthy backgrounds who rule over everyone below them. One day, a child named Leo was born without a mark at all. His parents were furious because the entire family had moon marks, and Leo had none. His mother yelled, "What is the point of raising a child with no mark? His future will go nowhere." His father agreed. "Having him in our family is going to be a problem, or even a curse. We have no choice but to get rid of him." However, Leo's grandmother refused to let that happen. She stepped in and promised to take full responsibility for him, and his parents agreed without a single thought. Imagine waking up in a world where the
Kids movies that faced massive backlash. When Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles premiered, many parents decided to buy pet turtles for their kids. But when children realized they weren't like in the movie, they started throwing them into rivers or lakes, killing thousands of turtles. In 2003, when Finding Nemo was released, several kids tried to set their fish free by flushing them down the toilet, thinking they would make it back to the ocean. The fish didn't survive, and it caused plumbing issues. Kids movies that faced
My brother got stuck in a tiny dorm for next year, so let's upgrade it with the help of Best Buy. We're grabbing the Amazon Echo Show 5 to be his room's command center. With touchscreen, voice control, and streaming, this will help him decompress after his brutal Astro lectures. But when his friends come over, they're gonna want real sound. So we also grabbed the Sonos.
People are selling objects with my signature on eBay, some of which are $1,500, but is it actually worth the price? Well, the first thing are these stickers I gave out at VidCon. They were supposed to be free, but I guess someone's gonna make 20 bucks. Next up is a $1,000 VR headset with my signature, Elliot's, Eric's, Spoof's, Lemmings, Frank's,
How do they get water over
the last
here?
eBay item shocked me. You see, it's just a normal $1,000 trading card, except I didn't sign that. I always write my J's like this, not like that. But after a closer look, I realized it said J Mom Curly. Mom! 50K likes and I'll sell my mom on eBay. People are selling...
I sold my son's kidney for $1 million. The judge called me the worst father he'd ever seen. My son wouldn't even look at me, but I didn't...
The magician accidentally let go of the balloon, yet the balloon flew straight back toward him. He felt extremely embarrassed, for his performance hadn't even started, but the audience noticed the balloon slowly expanding and floating behind the magician. He turned around and was utterly astonished. Though the audience thought the scene was absolutely spectacular, and even the security guards wanted to get to know the magician, what they didn't realize, however, was that this was no ordinary performance. First, the magician used magic to climb inside the balloon. All eyes were fixed on the balloon, and from that moment on, everything the audience saw was just an image projected by a machine. Meanwhile, the real magician had broken through the bank wall and slipped quietly into the vault. This startled the staff working inside the vault. In an instant, the magician quickly handcuffed the staff member, then pulled out a black cloth and began gathering up all the diamonds. Afterward, he left as if nothing had happened. By the time the staff member came to his senses and hurried to press the alarm button, he couldn't reach it. He tried to step on the button with his foot, but still failed. He rushed to grab the diamond-filled box, and just as he was about to hit the alarm, the magician had already returned to the ground. At that moment, the security guards heard the alarm and rushed back, but the magician had long since made off with the jewels. The magician accidentally let...
So I made a video telling you guys that if you use the sound, you'd get your first 100,000 views, and that I would comment on your video. That video blew up to almost 5 million views.
Ice cream is way better with a fork than a spoon for 3 reasons. Number 1, if it's melted and you scoop it, you'll only get the thick ice cream part, not the watery part. Number 2, you can't take as big of scoops, so you won't get as fat. Number 3, I didn't think anyone would still be watching by this point, so I don't have a third one. Ice cream is... Alright, check this out. Let me show you how you can auto...
This guy technically became the richest man in the world for 7 minutes, and it almost got him accused of fraud. It all started when he created his own company with one ridiculous idea in mind.
What about Unlimited Money Limited?
He then tried splitting the company into 1 trillion shares, but the system wouldn't allow it.
10 billion. So, 10 billion works.
Now his entire plan depended on one thing. If he could convince just one person to buy a single share for £50, his company could technically be worth £500 billion.
Like, sir, investment opportunity? No? Okay.
After getting rejected over and over again,
Hope, are you willing to invest?
that single sale was enough for Max to send all the paperwork to an official valuation firm. A few weeks later, the answer finally arrived.
The market cap of Unlimited Money, £500 billion.
For the next 7 minutes, he was technically the richest man in the world until he kept reading.
There is a highly likelihood that UML being accused of fraudulent activity. I need to shut this down.
This guy technically became the richest man.
Why do some YouTubers say like this video if you like God?
And scroll if you love Satan.
Yeah, I hate
Because I
it.
scroll doesn't mean I like Satan. Most of these people are 40-year-olds trying to earn money by using kids. These YouTubers are so embarrassing. Using little kids for money in 2025. Finding a job is not that hard. Please stop using God for subscribers and likes.
Yeah,
Why
I
do
agree.
some YouTubers say like this video if you like?
Yeah, I
She
agree
suddenly
with
realized
it.
the fly in front of
But
her
they
was her
should
dead
quit.
boyfriend. With tears in its eyes, the fly wrote her name. At first, she thought she was hallucinating, so she tested it with questions. To her shock, it answered every one correctly. It even used gestures to reveal that a rich man was the one who killed him. The moment she understood, she decided to help her boyfriend get revenge. She began training the fly, even making him a tiny gas mask and Wolverine-style metal claws. With them, he could sneak into the rich man's house and finish his revenge. The fly started tormenting him non-stop. It once chewed through a power cord,
exposing the copper wire and nearly electrocuting him. One day, while causing trouble again, the Fly discovered a miniature cannon model. After studying it carefully, he signaled her to make gunpowder. She packed the powder into a steel tube and tested its power. The blast pierced a soda can instantly. The Fly then loaded the gunpowder into a tiny basket and carried it piece by piece into the miniature cannon. He had already created a new plan. Meanwhile, the rich man was driven crazy by the constant attacks. Unable to take it anymore, he installed security bars on the windows and cameras throughout the house. From then on, everyone had to pass a security scan before entering. The Fly tried hiding in someone's hair, but the scanner caught him immediately. To continue the revenge, he needed her help, so she secretly loosened the bolts on a window frame, creating a small opening for him. The moment he entered, he flew into the man's clothes and used his metal claws to tear into his skin. The rich man screamed in pain. When he touched himself, his hands were covered in blood. The endless torture pushed him to madness. He couldn't understand how the Fly kept entering his house. After checking the security footage, he discovered she was helping. He kidnapped her immediately and dragged her back to his house. To save her, the Fly dropped to the ground willingly, ready to be crushed. But when the rich man raised his shoe, the Fly suddenly had another idea. He grabbed a needle from the floor and stabbed him. The rich man screamed, then slammed the Fly onto the table, ripped off his wings, and pierced his body with a steel pin. She pushed the rich man away and quickly removed the pin, but the Fly was already dying. He crawled onto her hand and revealed his final plan with gestures. She understood immediately. She turned to the rich man and suggested they burn the Fly alive. The rich man lit a match. At that moment, the Fly, covered in gunpowder, jumped through the flame and flew straight into the miniature cannon. The powder exploded directly into the rich man's heart. Then it struck the gas tank behind him. The leaking gas ignited instantly, causing a massive explosion. She had already hidden as planned, while the rich man was swallowed by the flames. She suddenly realized the Fly in front of her was her dead boyfriend. With tears in its eyes, I know you're in creative.
What makes you think that?
We started mining exactly 35 minutes ago. Since then, we've traveled roughly 640 blocks. Yet you haven't eaten a single piece of food. And considering you lose 1 hunger bar every 80 blocks, by now you should be down to around 2 hunger bars, which isn't enough to keep sprinting. Yet somehow, you were still running at full speed.
You would have been right if we were on hard difficulty. But we're on normal. Hunger drains 25% slower. That leaves me with 4 hunger bars, which is still enough to sprint.
Except for the fact that you were sprint jumping, which doubles the drain and makes 1 hunger bar drain every 40 blocks, which would put you on -2.
You forgot one thing. Before we left, I had 6 bars of saturation. Factor that in, and I'd still have 4 hunger bars left. That's right.
Pick up the diamond.
What?
You already have full diamond armor, so picking up a diamond shouldn't give you the diamond's advancement.
Damn it.
I know you're in
Something is coming to touch you. In 3
Bruh,
days.
who animated it?
Something
Who just animated
In
Verity?
this world, everyone is born with a mirror that shows their happiest moment in the future. Nobody knows when it will happen. Some people see themselves winning awards. Some see their wedding day. Some see themselves surrounded by family. But when Isaac looked into his mirror, he saw himself sitting alone on a bench. Everyone who saw it felt sorry for him. They assumed he would grow up sad and alone. Isaac hated that idea. So he spent his entire life trying to prove the mirror wrong. He made friends, built a career, started a family. He created a life where he was never alone. But no matter how happy he became, the image in the mirror never changed. Decades later, Isaac was walking through a park when he suddenly stopped. There it was, the exact same bench from his mirror, the same tree, the same view. His heart started racing. Isaac slowly sat down. He looked around, and then he smiled. Because everyone had been wrong. The mirror wasn't showing the moment Isaac lost everyone. It was showing the first moment in his life where he finally appreciated everything he had. In this world, I was sitting in a coffee shop when an old man walked in and sat at the table next to me. A few minutes later, a girl walked over with her boyfriend. She looked at the old man and said, "You're sitting in our spot." The old man looked confused. "Sorry, I didn't know this table was taken." She laughed. "Yeah, it is. Dementia must be hitting hard today." He looked around the empty tables. There are plenty of other seats. She crossed her arms. "My boyfriend likes this one." The old man slowly stood up. He grabbed his walking stick and started moving. I couldn't believe it. "You're really making him leave?" She looked at me. "Mind your own business." Then she sat down with her boyfriend like nothing happened. A few minutes later, the old man dropped his wallet while walking away. The girl picked it up. Instead of giving it back, she opened it and laughed. "That's all you have?" The whole coffee shop went quiet. Her boyfriend started laughing too. Then the manager walked over. He had seen everything from the camera. He looked at the girl and said, "That man lost his wife last year. He comes here every day because it's the last place they had coffee together." Her smile disappeared. The manager took the wallet from her hand. "He's been coming here for years. Everyone here knows him. He doesn't bother anyone." "You did." The manager told her and her boyfriend to leave. As she walked out, she shouted, "You all are just taking his side because he's old." Nobody answered. Then a little kid sitting nearby looked at her and said, "You and your boyfriend look like my right stinky toe." I was sitting...
Most games are too boring, but this brand new fighting game is different. Bart is instantly hooked and begs Marge to buy it for him. But the game costs $70 and Marge is reluctant.
Wait, can I like... Out of bounds. I'm out of bounds. I'm out of bounds.
I was in the drive drive-thru and told the cashier I'd pay for the car behind me. The lady behind me was so grateful she actually teared up. I said, pay it forward, okay? She promised she would. Then I pulled around, sped across the parking lot, and got right back in line, directly behind her. She was going to pay it forward for whoever was behind her, and now the car behind her was me. So I ordered everything. 40 nuggets, 53 burgers, 4 milkshakes, and a whole box of coffee. The total was $512. I pulled up to the window, smiling, ready to collect my free feast. The cashier leaned out and said, the lady in front of you said absolutely not. She'd seen my car behind her and recognized me. So she panicked and drove off without paying for anything at all. I still had to pay for all the food because they already started making it. I was in the drive-thru and...
Peter, would you mind moving that thing from your butt away from the onion rings we're all eating?
Sorry. So what do you guys think I should do with the $100 grand I'll make from selling this thing?
What do you mean? We're splitting it.
Yeah, we each get a share of that.
I never said I'd split it. It was inside me. I was the one who spent decades carrying him to term.
You wouldn't even have gotten the colonoscopy if it wasn't for us.
I'm not giving you guys my money.
We can't let him get away with this.
I agree with white number 2. I still can't believe I snapped and killed that kitten. You don't think that shelter has cameras, do you?
There was one water bowl for 40 dogs. I don't think they have money for cameras.
Well, as long as neither of us talks, I guess we'll be fine.
Yes, as long as I don't talk, we'll be fine.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying my silence comes at a price. And that price is the cost of an annual membership at the Soho House Malibu.
What? That's the most expensive Soho House.
Fine. Then I want the front row seats to Paris Fashion Week. And I refuse to sit next to any of the Hadids.
I will get you a sticker book of Bluey.
You, sir, have my silence. Peter, would you mind moving that thing from your butt away from the onion rings we're all eating?
Sorry. So what do you guys think I should do with the $100 grand I'll make from selling this thing?
What do you mean? We're splitting it.
Yeah, we each get a share of that.
I never said I'd split it. It was inside me. I was the one who spent decades carrying him to term.
You wouldn't even have gotten the colonoscopy if it wasn't for us.
In anyone else's hands, it was just a normal electric blanket, but in his hands, it became a murder weapon. After shooting his rich uncle, the man quickly turned on the electric blanket. He wanted to keep the body warm, so the police would think his uncle had died later than he actually did. Then he messed up the whole room to make it look like a robbery. He made fake marks on the door to show that someone had forced their way inside. He also took several valuable paintings off the walls, but secretly kept the 2 most expensive ones with him. When everything was ready, he looked at his watch. It was exactly 8 p.m. Just then, his secret lover Tracy arrived. He handed her the pistol and told her not to panic, because there was still one important job left to do. After that, he left the house and went to an art event. He talked to the people there. After a while, he pretended that his watch had stopped working and kept asking people for the time, so everyone would remember that he was there at that exact moment. Meanwhile, Tracy carried out her part of the plan. As soon as she saw a police officer coming, she removed the electric blanket, fired a blank shot, picked up the paintings, and ran out through the back door. The police officer rushed inside, but by then it was already too late. All he found was the millionaire's dead body. At first, it looked like a robbery that had turned into murder. After examining the body, the doctor said the man had died at exactly 9 p.m. A little later, Kingston also arrived. He acted like he was completely shocked by what had happened. The police suspected Kingston because he was the millionaire's only relative. However, he had such a strong alibi that they couldn't arrest him. In anyone else's hands, it...
Grown 50-year-old man out here.
Bart slips out of the house without anyone noticing.
Bart's gone! I checked everywhere!
Suddenly, the family receives a mysterious message.
You kidnapped your son. Follow instructions and Bart will not be harmed.
Meanwhile, Milhouse helps Bart stay hidden.
You can hide out in my room. My dad won't know because he's at work.
Another call comes in.
Hello?
This is a kidnapper. Do what I say and Bart won't get hurt.
Oh yeah? Send a finger wrapped in today's paper to prove you have him.
Homer!
But the police quickly catch up to him.
What? I didn't do anything. We'll let a judge be the judge of that.
Yo, Chief, we found the kid.
I didn't know he was here. I swear.
Bart finally admits the truth.
I lied about being kidnapped. The whole thing was a hoax.
In the end...
Bart, please, you can't take this away from me. But what about Milhouse's dad?
Hey, this is the best thing that ever happened to that loser. Women love famous felons.
Bart slips out of the house without anyone...
The Simpsons go to Paradise Pier for a family day. Marge is there for one thing, the Ferris wheel. She has wanted to ride it since she is a kid, but when they arrive, the wheel is being taken apart. Marge's childhood dream gets dismantled right in front of her. She is crushed. Then she spots something else, a tandem bicycle. Homer casually says he will ride it with her. Marge hears that as a real promise, so she buys the bike immediately. Back home, Homer forgets the promise almost instantly. He is too busy with his dumbbells. Marge pushes the bike over and asks him to go for a ride. Homer does not even look up, so Marge tries to ride the 2-person bike alone. It goes badly. She wobbles down the street. She falls. Then she tries again. Then she falls again. Nelson sees the whole sad show. Burns handed out a top-tier watch to every employee. He even promised a sports car to anyone who lost it.
Putting it right here, y'all. Probably. Ooh.